Okay, so we're going to demonstrate to you how we can migrate the AWS MySQL, right, to Tencent MySQL. So first of all, basically you need to create or using the existing MySQL that is already on AWS. Over here, I just create a dummy one, right? So you see that if I show database, there's a demo migration or database available. And if I were to use this database, so basically over here, you will be able to see the demo users has been created in terms of the table. So basically, this is what's been done, and I would leave it blank first because later I'm going to demonstrate to you what about the, for example, incremental changes, synchronization. So over here on Tencent, you also have to subscribe or create corresponding MySQL instances just to make sure that the versions is compatible with the one you want to migrate. And I were to log into that and I were to execute, for example, show database. So you see that there's literally nothing over, right? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to the database page, and under the data transfer service, there's a data migration option. So first of all, you need to create a migration task. So basically that applies to all tasks. Also, for example, if you were to migrate MySQL or Redis or Mongo, you can just pick from here to make sure source region matches your source databases. It can help improve performance in networking. For example, pick Singapore. The AWS database I created is in Singapore, and the destination is Bangkok. Make sure the target instance is the one you want to select. We have a few compatible models over here. I just pick MySQL. And since it's just for a demonstration purpose, and I'm going to click Buy Now. So it's going to be taking a short while to create the task. Creation completed. And then I'm going to configure it. There are several options. The first one is the task name, whether you're going to run it immediately or a scheduled one. And whether you're going to turn on the automatic retry, right? So basically this is the description for the automatic retry. The source database type is MySQL, is being fixed, you can't change that. And service provider, so far for this particular tool, we support AWS, Alibaba as a name one, for example, AWS. And the one that's going to migrate is RDS or MySQL version 8. And over here, we're going to use, for example, public network to migrate. So over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste the actual address. The port is the default port, 306. An account, I've already created an additional account, which is called DTS Migrator. Key in the correct username and password. The next step is very important. It's just to test the connectivity. Okay, it's enabled to access. So you see that over here, let's take a look at so telnet is okay, but you see the access is denied. So either my name is wrong or the password is wrong. So over here, I'm going to double check. So basically the one I created was DES. Let's test again. This is another example showing how to do troubleshooting. The first one is the telnet, right? Basically telnet on the port to see whether it's reachable, right? And second one is going to basically test out whether you'll have the right user account with the right access to basically access the database. In the meanwhile, I'm going to select the target database. So over here, okay, I have to take a look which one was the one I create the latest. So it's 6L. Okay, let's just pick the 6L. Oh, and the account, if I don't recall wrongly, use a non-encrypted one, and test connectivity is passed. Oh, so we're going to click save. Oh, but over here is some advanced configurations that you can apply to this migration. So whether you're going to do the structural only, or full migration, or full migration plus the incremental migration. Also will be this one, because later I'm going to demonstrate the incremental changes. And over here, you're going to migrate the entire instance or specific object, right? So you can pick either one, because over here, they see tables added to this column, just select it, or you can just migrate the entire one. And also some objects from the MySQL, right? You can select them, click next. You can turn on data consistency verification, hit next. So you're going to do the check. So in the meanwhile, while it's checking, I want to highlight some of the parameters you need to change before the migration, or recommend to change. So over here, they see that it's currently under this parameter group, right? I purposely create this one because there's some of the parameters, at least you need to make sure it's in line with the target database. So for example, this is the one I created. And first of all, I just to make sure that, for example, lowercase table name over here, I change from 0 to 1 if I don't recall wrongly, right? The by default is 0. And the other one is the bin log format, right? Using row, you get more details by adding in this one. So in the meanwhile, let's wait for the result. It's checking. I don't have the privilege. Let's do the troubleshooting. So basically what I'm gonna do right now is to add the privilege to this account. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go back to the AWS instance over here. So we're going to connect to that using the Cloud Shell. I'm going to paste it in. So I'm going to grant the corresponding access to this particular username. They're going to use that to do the migration. So over here, I'm going to go back and verify again. Finger crossed, right, to see whether it's passing. And this is a very common mistake or error that you're going to face. For example, we always want to take the safest approach by granting the minimum access to the particular user, especially for the migration, right? But sometimes it's too granular, so probably miss out some of the access or to be granted for that. So you need to adjust. So that's good that we have this check-in tool just to make sure after you're passing all those checks, as long as it's not a failure, I mean, you can just leave those alarms aside, right? Because alarm is just considered a moderate risk. You can just leave it and you can still go ahead with the migration. So basically, this is how we design this migration tool. Okay, all good, right? So over here, if you see alarms, no worries. It's just minor inconsistency. It won't block you from the start. But if it's failure, definitely have to change that. So this is the small tips for you. And then I'm going to start immediately. over here, you can do the refresh. So there's a refresh button over here. So it won't refresh the whole page, but only the dynamic part on here. So you can just safely click this. So it's going to show you the current step, schema initialization. Then I'm going to do the structural migration, data dumping, and transfer everything over. Going to complete. So it's following a certain procedure. Okay, it's ready. I'm going to do a check on here. I'm going to execute that again. I see that the demo migration is over here, right? And what I'm going to do right now is to add some of the data. So first of all, what I'm going to show you is I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to show table. You see that it's actually demo user. I'm going to see actually nothing, right? What I'm gonna do right now is going to add some of the data into it. So over here, let me quickly show you. It's also nothing. It's everything from demo user. So what I'm going to do right now is going to add two users, and you'll see the user being added, right? Over here, you don't have to worry because Tencent DB is automatically created by Tencent. So if the user created to migrate from your source DB to target DB, don't have the access to this target one, no worries, right? Because it's considered a system type of DB. So it's actually not in the production. Let's just wait for a while. And we're going to execute that again. I see that Charlie is here. Oh, so basically that shows you how the data increment changes detection is working and how the incremental data synchronization is close to real time.